Now, lucid daydreaming meditation and lucid daydreaming with the Kundalini system hooked up. The reason this came about was I used to say it real long. Lucid daydreaming meditation, mental movie matrix, Buddhism. Lucid daydreaming, mental movie matrix, astral plane, Buddhism. I used to always have it real long. But one day, the sheriff, he caught on from working on the floor for like 2 days or something to the one game where you make things one, like with sound or whatever. You know, like the gum, gum, gum. It's like the Buddha bell. Time, moment, circumstances. The mix and blend. Opposites. Back and forth mid, but we beyond the back and forth mid. We be with the back and forth mid where every angle. And then the nothing where everything derives from and manifests in its own form. For everybody and everything in all dimensions, it's the Buddha bell. Time, moment, circumstances. Macro, micro, subconscious, conscious, unconscious, and superconscious. 0 to infinity. And then you make it one, like gum, gum, gum. So that's what that is. So I had it real long, and the sheriff caught on to the game of making things one. And I said, when you meditate, this happened to me with another equation too, but when you meditate, you want to engage all sense. I mean, when you lucid daydream, matter of fact, two equations. When you lucid daydream, and then the sheriff made it one. And I was like, same time, right? Same time. But what I did was I did the back and forth mid, what I learned how to do from what the Buddha taught, like the middle path, but we beyond that. And I went lucid daydreaming meditation, lucid daydreaming, and I put the Kundalini system there. And then I just, first I used to say ingredients, but then I watched Ready Player One and gave me the concept of keys and coins. So I came with that concept, and that's when I put, what is the ingredients? And I said magical mind, your memories, illusions, but I call it magical illusions now. Fantasy, reality, remote viewing in every view, not just bird's eye view. Unconscious, conscious, subconscious, superconscious, 0 to infinity. I added imagination not too long ago, so that's how that came about. So now, you watch Bobby's World, and then Tina Turner, she takes you everywhere with her Namio Reiki. She got 2 on the internet. So in 2018, I started seeing images around the time I had my daughter Kaya, and it never stopped. It just never stopped. Like the images, like just never stopped leaving I just see it all day. I don't want to call it hallucination. I call it lucid daydream, meditate, lucid daydreaming with the Kundalini system. Now, when I first got locked up in jail, I was walking around the grocery store. I ate a salad, showing my daily routine. I was drunk a Four Loko, and I walked out the store, and I'm walking around because there's different astral projections. So I walked around, walked through the 103rd, got on the train, got off on the Rosa Park station, walked through the shopping center, and I went over there and I picked up cigarette butts. And then I'll show where I was sleeping at. You see, this is all from projection of mind. And then a porter walked past me and he said, I got a blunt in my mouth. And I was like, man, that was just that daily routine, man. So I brought in a gang of weed, like the Peter Pan movie. My mom was just showing me the Peter Pan movie right before I got locked up. And it's like, you just got to believe Peter and you throw the mashed potatoes. So it's like, man, that was just that daily routine. So I imagined a bag of weed and jar of weed. And that was that day. Now, a couple days later, I was walking around one of my sister's house. I was walking around in the astral plane, just walking around our house. And it seemed like a sheriff suggested superstore houses. So then after that, I ended up going everywhere. I went to heaven and hell, jumped in music videos, the universe, galaxies, water. I just went everywhere. So the time that I did, like 2 years, around 2 years now, I done been everywhere, collaging and mixing and blending everything. Movies, TV shows, fantasies, reality, memories, everything. I just been mixing and blending, lucid daydream, meditate, lucid daydreaming with the Kundalini system. So that's how you basically do that. Now, I read what the Buddha taught twice, and I listened to it twice. Then one of the counselors, Miss Delgado, she got me what the Buddha taught in the county. I read it a third time. Now, lucid daydreaming, meditate, lucid daydreaming is no matter whether you fucking fighting, walking around, whatever. I'm always lucid daydreaming, but I'm meditating. See, my homie from Broadway told me how to breathe. He said, niggas hold your six-pack. That's how niggas six-pack be flexing. So So he said, hold your breath like that. That's how you flex your six pack. And then it's a black scholar on the internet teaching you how to breathe, that when you breathe in, you're supposed to push out. When you push out, you're supposed to breathe in. So he say some people are breathing wrong with the in and out concept, but basically you do it however you want, all every which way. So I'm always lucid daydreaming, meditating, or meditating, lucid daydreaming, based on just how I breathe. So when I lucid daydream meditating, it's rather the other body positions, and then I name the lotus position. See, I named that the meditation lucid daydreaming. So when my main focal point is to meditate, but I'm still lucid daydreaming. So that was that concept. So then I read what the Buddha taught. The third time I didn't get it. Then the fourth time it stood out to me. He already named everything. You see, he named it. He said, they call it that mindfulness meditation. That's a whole nother conversation. We'll get to the mindfulness conversation. So he said the same thing, no matter what position you in, and it says in the inside the what the Buddha taught book, that the other positions, and then he turned around and named the seating position. It said, like, when you see the Buddhas meditating, like in a lotus position, basically, you see them in that posture. People don't understand that's a specific meditation having to do with observing your breathing. So he named it too already before me, but I didn't catch until the fourth time I read what the Buddha taught. So I already named it too. So that's that concept right there. Now, I went a little deeper one day when, how do I say this? One day when, all right, it's days that I like, say you're in a position and you want to, I want to not shut down my system, but take a deep breath or force myself to get a meditation lucid daydreaming state instead of lucid daydreaming meditating state. I ended up dropping the ball because of lack of discipline in that aspect. Like, just drop the ball. So one day I was on the toilet, and this is after I caught the fourth time reading what the Buddha taught, and I was sitting there, and I was having an epiphany, and it was like, I don't even have to force. I'm already in a position. I don't have to force seating, and then somebody like start talking. So I was like, you can't tell me nothing about no lucid daydream, meditate, lucid daydreaming, right? And then after that, that started, like, I don't even say no discrepancies, and then it's like, man, I've been talking about this for over 6 months. I got it written down on paper, yada yada yada. So then I was going back and forth, but then I realized it took me a minute. That what it is it took me a couple of days as I kept with the Buddha talking about deeper penetration. I say seeking deeper penetration. So what it is it's like this. No matter what position your body's in, is someone forcing you in that position? Are you willingly in that position even though they're forcing you? Are you already in that position? Or are you forcing yourself in that position? Is it pain or pleasure, pleasure or pain, pain, pleasure, pleasure, resistance, non-resistance, non-resistance, resistance, 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 non-resistance, resistance? You see what I'm saying? The whole thing, it leads back to lucid daydream, meditate, lucid daydreaming, because I'm always doing it. And then you can add a mindfulness meditation there too, and combine them all with all of that. Now, the reason I started adding images with my breathing is because I started noticing that when my, like, if you want to fill up the space, like when I was in the day room, if I, sometimes the shares or other inmates get big as the day when I was like, damn, what the fuck? And I caught on one day, it was connected to my breathing. So I said, I'm gonna think of family and friends with every breath, but then they get mixed up with the astral plane. You see what I'm saying? Because the worst thing in the astral plane is dookie, pee, shit, cum, spit, trash can, cockroaches, and whatever your phobia is. So it's different reasons you're going to spread energy and not want it to be anchored to family and friends or whatever. So I end up dropping the ball, lack of discipline too. And it ain't that you get bored. You just start mixing things up automatically. It's just the concept just happens. So I start, so you connect images with your breathing too, internal, external, all around you in all dimensions too. That's another key thing. Or sometimes you can do what the Buddha taught, saying just observing your breathing. But since I never stopped seeing images, I can't, like, if I hold my breath for a second and then I can breathe, and I had an image. I noticed that too. But overall, internal, external, all around my body and all around me, I'm always seeing images. So it never stops for me. But what the Buddha taught, he tell you to observe your breathing. Now I got half a lotus both ways, full lotus both ways, as well as the Native American seating style both ways. I end up, you name all the meditation, lucid daydreaming state. So the question popped at the time, between that time when I was on the toilet and I was already in the seating position. And the thought was, well, what if you saying lucid daydream meditation is some other positions your body in, the meditation lucid daydream is in the lotus position, right? And it's like, yeah. Now, what if you in a lotus position? Because I sit down in a lotus position, I'll be watching TV and eating dinner. So it's like, what if you're watching TV? And it's like, what the fuck? What if I'm watching TV? I ask myself, what if I'm watching? Is that lucid daydream meditation lucid daydream? Now, what if you're not looking at TV and you're in them other positions, whether you laying, walking around or not? Is that lucid daydreaming meditating if you watching TV? But what if you're not watching TV? You see, not watching TV, what is it? And then what is it when you watching TV? You see what I'm talking about? So then I decided to name all seating positions. That's when I came to that conclusion, to name all seating positions as meditation lucid daydream, because that popped up too. What if you sitting down and you're not in a lotus position, and basically you're not watching TV? What are you going to name that? So I end up naming that meditation lucid daydreaming too. So any seating position is meditation lucid daydreaming. Lucid daydreaming meditation with the Kundalini system is all other positions your body can be in. Now, on the concept of the Buddha's got different meditation. You got mindful meditation. See, I thought it was mindful meditation. I thought mindful meditation was like, one time I read a meditation book, and it said you can meditate everything you do. And I experienced it in my mom's house one day, and I was like, damn, you can. Then years later, I ran across a monk that said, people think, meditation, quiet the mind. You take a sip of coffee, take a deep breath. See, take a deep breath. And I was like, oh, yeah. So I caught on to that concept. So now, and what the Buddha taught, it teaches you about mindful meditation. Now, I was watching the Buddha from Uganda on a documentary, True Little Monks, and he was teaching the True Little Monks mindful meditation, and they was moving real slow. So I'm in a car with my baby mama and my son Jace, and my son was running around the car real fast, and he watched the kid videos on YouTube. So he's stopping and going and stopping and going and stopping and going. But I'm trying to get him to focus. I'm like, Jace, come here. Watch this video with me. Watch this mindfulness meditation. Come watch this True Little Monks. And he seemed like he was saying, what is this called? What is this called? And my baby mama, she said she don't remember, but in body language, it seemed like she said all temple mindfulness meditation. But when I asked her about it, she said she don't know. So when I got locked up in jail, I added Buddhism at the end of it. So we got all mindfulness meditation, Buddhism. Now, what I was tripping on was all speeds. Like all speeds. But hold on, let me say